Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer kneeling single arm supinated lat pull down. This is an incredible exercise and a very long name. And it's going to be working your lats. So I highly recommend you guys do this. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up the height of your cable all the way to the top. I'm just showing you how to move it. And you want to make sure that you put your rotation arm at a 1. That way you're inside the machine, not in the middle of the gym floor. Then you want to make sure you choose the appropriate weight. So make sure you start off light and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or so. That way you can do progressive overload properly. Once you have that set up, then just make sure you have a pad underneath your knees for comfort. Also make sure you keep your hips in and keep your chest nice and straight and make sure you're looking forward. Also make sure you're maintaining that supinated hand position. Make sure you go all the way up and all the way down. But before we continue, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Now, the most important thing when it comes to doing this exercise correctly is making sure that you're allowing the scapula to elevate as well as depress. So elevate the scapula when you're going up, meaning let your shoulder go up. Actually let it get pulled up, and that's what's going to give you the best stretch. And then as you're pulling it down, make sure that you're depressing the scapula and actually contracting it by pushing your shoulders down and back. So those two things are the most important things when it comes to doing this exercise. Also make sure to keep your elbow in. Whenever you're taking a supinated grip, I highly recommend that you keep your elbows nice and tight to your body. That way you don't, start suffering from your forearm or wrist, because if you go wider when it comes to doing any supinated movements, you need to have really good wrist mobility as well as a good rotation on the forearm itself. So I recommend, just to be safe, keep your elbows nice and tight, palm facing you the whole time, and really contract the lat there. Now what you can also do, and this is slightly, I mean like really slightly, I'm actually doing it a little bit here, you can't really tell that much, but slightly rotate towards the cable. So as you're pulling down, rotate a little bit, just rotate the torso just a bit, and you're going to feel a way better contraction. Your muscles are fully short, or the lats are going to be fully short when you're in a slight rotation from the pull. So basically you just want to make sure you're maintaining that. Also make sure that you're doing it in a slow and controlled fashion. Make sure you're not using a lot of momentum. So if you're using momentum and you feel like you're just pulling the thing, then the weight's way too heavy. Lower the weight. Here's some common mistakes. Leaning into the cable. So this is not what I mean, by the way. I mean rotate the torso just like clockwise. But you don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be leaning into it. You also want to make sure that you're depressing the scapula. You can't leave it elevated the whole time, or you're not going to feel the best contraction for this exercise. Next thing is, make sure that you keep your chin tucked so that you're looking forward and straight. Because if not, you're going to put a lot of unnecessary strain on your neck, and obviously that's going to be a problem over time. Another common mistake is doing half reps. So make sure that you're doing full repetitions. Don't do half reps at the top or half reps at the bottom, because then you're going to be missing out on a lot of the benefits of this exercise. Lastly, you want to make sure that you're not sitting back into your heels when you do this. Keep your hips all the way in. Keep your glutes tight and core tight.